And welcome back, everyone, to the Lantern Corp. Let me readjust here for a second. Lantern Corp. This one comes to us from Chris Dash, who asked the question, was the Lantern Corp Mr. Sinister? I really haven't done a lot of stuff with Mr. Sinister, Nathaniel Essex. I think I did. I was literally looking through all my videos. I'm like, I've only done one video about Mr. Sinister. You know what it was? It was me speculating whether or not he was going to be in Logan. So, yeah, I need a bit more Mr. Sinister stuff on the channel because Mr. Sinister's awesome. He is a fantastic character, great X-Men villain. For those of you who don't even know his backstory, little summarization. He was a scientist, a geneticist back in like the 1800s, and learning about mutation, like mutation in the X-Men world. He thought, well, wait, we need to be able to expand human evolution with our own control, with biological or artificially. And so he began experimenting on mutants, grafting their DNA into his body, giving him powers. And so ultimately, this guy's actually over about 200 some odd years old. And because of that, he is actually a very powerful individual. He has psionic capabilities. He can manipulate shadows, energy production, regeneration. He's not invulnerable, at least in some capacity. He is just and he's just evil. Like, he is an evil dude. So he's a really cool character. In terms of Lantern Corps, I always try to just do 3. Unless there's a really good argument for a lot more, I always try to just do 3 that you could qualify for. But with him, there was certainly a strong argument beyond that. Let's get to a couple of the ones he's certainly not qualified for. He's not a Lantern of Sorrow. This is just not a man who's this is just not a man who has been sad in any real capacity for a long time in his life, at least not to the extent that probably would qualify for a Sorrow Lantern Corps. Certainly not a Gold Lantern either, has not been happy his whole life. He has no shame in what he does, so he's also not Ultraviolet, nor is he a White Lantern. He does not value life really at all, except his own. So, what about some other options? Well, one of the options is certainly Fear. I'm not quite centered on the screen here. Hold on. There we go. That's a little better. One of them is definitely Fear. Well, I wouldn't say it's his strongest likelihood, or the likely strongest core he could qualify for, his best option. It's certainly still an option, definitely. He's certainly someone that people take seriously when it comes into a room. He's certainly, when his name is said about plans and evil going on, that people take seriously and are concerned about. So at least say on some level he could qualify for Fear. He's also not a bad candidate, though, for the Green Lantern Will. Just takes a lot of willpower to do what he's done, overcoming great fear. He could be a Green Lantern. I just don't think it's the most likely core. He's certainly taken a lot of lives, but I don't think he's really the embodiment of death either. So Black Lanterns don't qualify there. Well, what about Red? Nah, doesn't really carry enough rage for that to work. And nor is he someone who's motivated by love, unless you want to say love for himself. I think, honestly, the biggest Lantern Corps he can qualify for are, weirdly enough, Compassion, because even though it's not completely gone, it might as well be gone. This guy has lost a lot of compassion over the years. He's lost a lot of humanity. And honestly, it would just make sense that this guy, it would be so poetically sweet that this guy, who's experimented on hundreds of people and mutants over the years, hundreds, if not maybe thousands, has lost pretty much any of his humanity because of that. Suddenly became, oh, I care now. I am compassionate. Only because this damn parasitic core has taken control of me. But that being said, and hope is no good either. Although he may have hope to, be either all powerful or just continue to experiment. I think the very simple answer is it's greed. This is a man who is just driven by his wanting of knowledge and wanting of more. His wanting to experiment, and everything that comes from that, to grow, to learn. Greed, I think, is textbook for this character. I think avarice just makes the most sense. While certainly there are arguments for a Fear Lantern Corps, a Green Lantern Corps, even for Compassion. And maybe some minor arguments for some of the other ones. I think greed is the one that has the strongest argument. And I don't think anyone will really debate that strongly. I think he is a textbook Green Lantern. This is a guy who just wants to learn more and will not be satisfied till he does. So I would definitely go Greed as his most likely Lantern Corps. He would definitely be a Orange Lantern, in my opinion. But this is just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.